Hello guys, Fish767 here. I thought I'd go ahead and do this before I lost all the battle logs and stuff, but I'm going to go over the Castle 2 deck. I just got to Castle 3, and this is the deck that I used for the majority of that. I haven't leveled it up since I hit Castle 3, even though that I can level up the Dryads, but this is what I had coming into Castle 3. So we had 2 level 5 archers, 2 level 4 skeletons, 2 level 3 dwarves, a level 3 warrior, 2 level 2 Dryads, 2 level 2 Seige Ballista, 2 level 2... I believe that's just a regular demon, right? Yeah, that's just a regular demon, and then a level 2... I forgot this guy's name. Executioner. So, how this deck generally works... Actually, I'll just hop into a battle to show you it. But, I just want to show you this. These are all the battles that I did with this deck. I won... I didn't win that one, but that was with the previous deck. So since I switched, which would have been this fight right here, since I switched, I won all the fights with the deck. And before you get the Dryad, because the Dryad you have to get from Castle 2, I'm going to recommend this deck. So it's the Archer, Skeletons, Dwarf, and Warrior. They stay the same. But instead of your 2 Dryads, you're going to use a Pirate, I think that's what that is, and then the Orc. And that will work pretty well for you. So let me just go ahead and show you the last game that we had. And I'll explain the tactics. So when you start out, you want to split up your troops across the 3 lanes if you can. That'll just make things go faster. Okay, let's only go 2 times speed. So there they killed all of our troops, not a big deal. So we sent out a Dryad and the Dwarf, and our main goal to actually deal the damage is we want to get a Seige Ballista behind either a Dryad or a Dwarf, and then we want to buff it, like keep playing on to that route. So this is a perfect example. I wanted to pause it right there. But hold on. Let me get it back there and I'll pause it. But what happened is we had Seige Ballistas stacked up. We had 2 of them stacked up. And we also had the guys in the front to stop the damage. And then once you get that set up, you just want to defend your other lanes. So this is exactly what I mean. We've got the Dryad over here, which is pretty tanky, and then the Demon, which can output a decent amount of damage. But we have a Seige Ballista all the way back here still attacking the castle. And then we layered up the Seige Ballistas, and as soon as you get 2 or 3 of these things, it's going to be very hard for the enemy to actually deal with this, because even like area damage won't be able to hit them. So the only thing that we actually get scared of in this situation would be a fire lane, destroying everything in that row, which would really hurt, but nobody really plays that. And then the other thing would be a bomb. They could use a bomb to blow up both of our Seige Ballistas, which would also be very painful. Another thing to note is that this deck is specifically weak to the flames, the flame row, and it's also weak to the Black Knight, because the Black Knight just has so much damage and so much health. So if they play a Black Knight, if they play a Black Knight, you have to respond to it with a demon. So I'd recommend keeping the demons in your hand for as long as you can, because if they play a Black Knight, you literally have to respond with the demon, otherwise you're going to lose the game. So if you do this, it should be able to take out a level 1 Black Knight, maybe not so much level 2, but if they start stacking Black Knights, it's game over. But the deck works pretty well. As far as upgrading it for Castle 3, there's not much I can see being super beneficial. I want to test out Metamorph and see how it will affect things, and I'm thinking that the Jester might actually be better than the Warrior. I just have the Warrior in here to fill up a nice 3-drop slot, but if you can get the Jester in, I think he's actually going to be better. Just based on stats, he has much better stats for everything except for speed, which is okay. So I would substitute the Warrior out for the Jester when you get it, and then if you're going to go try the Metamorph, take out the Skeleton armies for that, just to test it. And Rage could also be useful as opposed to an Executioner, but the Executioner has saved me a couple times from Skeleton Swarms and stuff. So I think that this is the deck to go with if I was going to pick anything. And just to let you know, I got all these cards pretty much from opening chests. Like, I know that it says that I've got some gems and coins up here, but I didn't buy any cards for this. I didn't pay any money into the game. I'm still doing it free to play. What happens is they had a Discord event. I won the event, so I got some gems. That's all that happened. But I like I said, you can do this. It's pretty easy. I haven't done anything in Castle 3 yet because I wanted to make the Castle 2 video without getting anything from Castle 3. I had this chest on the match that I won that put me into Castle 3. So that's pretty much all that I have to say about this deck. It works as good as you'd expect, honestly. And if you're going straight from, like, if you've never played this before and you want to get into it, I'd say Castle 1 is the hardest. Once you get past Castle 1, you can build a really nice deck and everything will work fine. Additionally, if you wanted to, you could swap out the Dryads for the Golem, but the Dryads heal, so they can tank a lot more damage than the Golem can. It's just the Golem can take more at once than the Dryads. So, that's all that I have to say about it. It works really well. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.